Hello everybody, welcome to another great day of SSL soccer. My name is Zenlos and I'm glad to be here for my first commentary of the season as we bring to you the first game of group stage of the SSL Cup. A lot of games on the docket today, so we're going to get right into it. We're starting with Paris versus Buenos Aires, which is a rematch of last year's Cup final. So this could be a bit of a barn burner here to start us off. So here we go. We're going to get right into it. As you see, Paris is coming out in a 4-3-3. And Buenos Aires will be coming out in a 4-3-3 also, but a very different 4-3-3. As you see, there is our Group A standings. Currently, there is nothing there because this is our first game. So, let's get right into it. AS Paris and Buenos Aires are leading us off. So we have Alistair going over, looking for Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos getting into the box. Passes out to Brisky, who goes around the goal cuff to Cortez. Ball puts it in! And AS Paris is up 1-0 very early, 30 seconds into the game. And you see Papadopoulos passes it out to Brisky. Tries to get open for another pass. Cortez finds Bull, who just ricochets it in. Oakdown gets their hands on it. But just like that, we are off and running with Paris on the board. So here we are, 6th minute. Buenos Aires being very patient now as they're trying to take the ball out. They go over to Jeeves. Jeeves taking it up that sideline. Going all the way towards the back, looking for Torres, headed but saved, and then kicked in by Torres off the rebound. And we're all square at 1 in the 6th minute. You see Jeeves taking it towards the back line. Goes to Torres. Barfoot makes a save, but Torres gets to the rebound before Zanetti does. He can always put his hands up as score is all even. Here's Brooks Patron going over to Amo Tali. Intercepted by Alistair. Alistair goes over to Zanetti. Zanetti goes back to Washburn, who's going to take it all the way back to Barfoot. Penshaw trying to get in front of Barfoot to try to prevent the short distribution, but no. As we go over to Knight to Tali. Tali going deep again, looking for Gorkov, looking for Penshaw. Penshaw fires, saved by Barfoot. That's going to be a corner kick. Here is Gorkov to take the corner over the middle, but only finds Bull there at the near post. That's all we'll get to see for the moment. They go over to Torres now in the 13th minute. Penshaw, looking for Gorkov, intercepted by Bull, then found by Torres. Barfoot makes a save off the shot. And Torres is offside anyway. Now to be thrown in by Zanetti. 15 minutes in. Torres fires! It's over the net. That's going to be a goal kick. And this has been an action-packed game to start. Still only the 18th minute now. Here's Cortez over to Brisky. Looking for Horvath. It's headed, but no. Saved by Oakdown. He's going to take it towards the edge of the box. Roll it out to Guevara. He's going to go over the Brooks Patron, go back to Oakdown. It's going to be kicked out to the midfield, but intercepted by Paris. They find Heather Bull over to Alistair. Looking for Papadopoulos. No, Milan Horvath fires and scores. They went for the dual attack there with Horvath and Papadopoulos standing right next to each other. Horvath comes up with the ball, and Horvath comes up with the goal. And it is 2-1, AS Paris. What a sequence. And now we're starting to get a little bit of faster pace here. In the 30th minute, over to Gorkov on the corner, looking for Tali, but no, headed away. It's going to be picked up by Papadopoulos, who's going to pick it up towards the sideline, going forward to Cortez. Cortez taking it towards that back corner, trying to get past Brooks Patron, goes for the crossover to Horvath, headed and scores! He shoots, he scores, and Milan Horvath makes it 3-1 Paris, and we might have a runaway on our hands. As you said, Cortez takes it all the way to the back corner, able to get that great cross to Horvath. Oakdown jumps for it, but jumped in the wrong direction. See here, the shot's perfectly even for a moment there. 8 to 8, 6 on target to 6. The Paris making more of their opportunities. You see now we're entering stoppage time for this first half. 2 minutes of stoppage time on the clock. They're going to go over to Brisky. Brisky going deep, looking for Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos trying to get around Knight, but can't quite get there. Goes towards the back line, goes for the cross. It's going to be kicked in by Isabella Cortez. And it's 4-1 AS Paris. Papadopoulos takes it inside the box. Can't find a good way around Knight. Looked like Jeeves tried to challenge it, but Cortez able to just tap it in. And that's going to bring us to the half. Paris up 4-1. You see that the XG is actually very even, to the point where Buenos Aires is actually up in XG. 1.6 to 1.37. But, like you said, Paris has been getting about an equal amount of opportunities, and they've been making more of these opportunities than Buenos Aires has. We'll see if there's any substitutions coming in for the second half. Does not look like it. So here we go on the second half, 47th minute. Here's Brisky. Brisky going to Cortez. Cortez going for that back line, blocked by Brooks Patron. Recovered by Jeeves over the Guevara to Gorkov. And remember, even in this first game, even if you can't win, you do have to be thinking about goal differential. We see goal differential come up very big in these groups a lot in the SSL Cup. So it's definitely something that they need to concern themselves with, as they're going to get past the Penshaw. Penshaw fires! It's over the net. And things calm down for a minute there. And now things are calming down for a lot here as the second half is zooming by. 69th minute, headed, but no, held by Oakdown. Oakdown keeps the ball, Oakdown. And keeps it from going in the net as we're going forward to Gorkov, to Jeeves. Ask Jeeves over to Torres. Torres fires, can't get past Barfoot. Barfoot off the line, but able to make the stop anyway. Now we have the corner kick from Gorkov. He goes far post, but no. That's going to be a throw-in. And then we see 70th minute now. Here's Gorkov taken away by Zanetti. Zanetti trying to get it over to Brisky, trying to get it out of their defensive zone here, but no, intercepted by Ash Jeeves. Ash Jeeves, remember, the official search engine of the SSL, hashtag not sponsored. As we go forward to Papadopoulos up the sideline, trying to get around Brooks Patron again. No one to cross to this time, and he's going to be tripped, and that's going to be a penalty. Horvath to take the penalty, fires and scores! And it's 5-1 AS Paris. This is the way. Horvath takes the penalty, just gets it past Oakdown. And my goodness. Ooh, and speaking of the official search engine of the SSL, ask Jeeves. Down with an injury. Looks like they're going to have to bring in Governo to cover his spot. But we will see how this could affect things. And that's going to be full-time as AS Paris, despite losing the XG battle, 2.48 to 2.26, wins 5-1 over Buenos Aires, our defending cup champions. My goodness. Man, if that's the first game, if that's what this cup is going to be like this year, I'm ready. I don't know about you. I'm ready for this. But that'll put the bow on our first game. We're going to come to our second game. I would like to say, before this second game begins, that I did go to Google Translate, not Google Translate, to Google Pronunciation, to learn how to pronounce Schwarzwalder multiple times, and I still feel like I do not have it, but I'm trying my best. But we do have Athênai versus Schwarzwalder. As you see here, Athênai lining up in a 4-1-5. Schwarzwalder lining. Oh my God. Why do you all do this to me? I'm going to say that's a 4-2-4. And I'm going to be wrong, and I'm going to be okay with that. So. So here we go on the field. Athênai starting us off wearing the blue and white checkerboard as they're going deep, but no, couldn't find anybody. That's going to be cleared out. Recovered by Athênai again. Now in the 4th minute, Athênai picking up off the goal kick, who just boomed it out to their side of the field. They go over to Panda. Panda to Pelletier. We're going forward to Bradford. Bradford runs up, fires. Looked like he was going for an interesting shot, but there's Jules Pelletier. What just happened? Athênai is up 1-0. There's the cartwheel. We saw that Bradford kind of lined up for a big shot, and then it was repelled. And then Bradford went for another shot. It bounced off of, I think, Zerhoni. Went to Pelletier, who just put it in. What? I'm so unsure of what I just watched. This game's starting off a lot more quickly, though. We're already in the 30th minute. Now going to the 40th minute. Oh my goodness, we're in the 41st minute now. As we cut back to Schwarzwalder. We're going over to Dion, back to Parker. Schenkinger. Over to Weddington, over to Uwellian. They're moving backwards. They do need to move a little bit forwards. Here we go. Taco Cat trying to move forwards. Ends up having a challenge for their own dribble. It's recovered by Athênai. Going over to Newport. Gintonic trying to get towards Newport. Put some pressure. And then Berbatov with the steal. It's passed over and then passed back to Berbatov. It goes for the cross. It's headed away by Lind. Picked up by Panda. Over to Parker. To Dion. Back to Parker. Whittington taking it to the midfielder. Going forward for Tucker. Tucker fires. Ron Tucker scores. In the 42nd minute, Tucker ties it at 1. You can't make a tumblet without breaking some Gregs. And this game is all square. As Whittington goes in. Looked like the header went a little awry, but Tucker is there to benefit from it. And right before the half, we have a tie game. And now it is the tie game. I'm sorry, the half. It is the tie game. As you see, it is 9 shots to 6, 5 on target to 3, both in favor of Athênai, but all that matters is the goal count right now, and they both have the same amount. We'll see if any substitutions are happening here in the second half. It does not look like it. We're coming right back out. 47th minute. Here's Panda over to Pelletier. That's going to be challenged by Dion. Picked up by Siege. Over to King. King to Prince. And that's forward to Panda. Fires. But no, it's going to roll off. Bradford keeps it in bounds. And then it's kind of just kicked out of bounds. We're going to have a goal kick. All right, so we're going to have a throw-in from Dion over to Gin Tonic, taking it towards the back line, going for the cross. It's over the heads of Duke, and Demeter Berbatov puts it in to put Schwarzwalder up 2-1. Here in the 52nd minute, off the set piece, Gin Tonic with the great cross. Duke leaps for it, can't catch it out of the air. Berbatov says, "I'll take that goal, thank you very much." 60th minute, Dion on the throw-in. It looked like they were going to maybe go for the same play, but Dion does go for that cross. No, it's headed away by Newport this time now. He will not let that happen a second time as they go for Whittington. Whittington take it back towards the box, but they find Parker. Parker going in for the cross. No. Headed back out, picked up by Athênai over to Prince. Prince to Rownick. I apologize. Over to Hugo. They go over to Bradford, over to Pelletier. After Whittington failed to challenge Pelletier, one-on-one with the keeper, but no, saved by Soranson. Here's Hyuga on the corner. Headed away, but picked up by Prince over the wind. Soranset's Ra. I'm sorry, there's so many new names for me to learn. It's the first day of the season for me. 72nd minute now. Schwarzwalder still holding on to that 2-1 lead. Athênai looking to even it up here. As we have King going over to Prince. Over to Bradford. Bradford trying to beat Whittington. Fires, scores! And we are all tied up here at 2. As Bradford makes a great run off the pass from Prince, just sneaks past Urelian, gets the shot off before Whittington catches up. Beats Sarance at throw. And now we are back to being tied. Here's Hyuga off the corner, headed off the post. No, that was saved by somebody. I didn't quite see by who. But here's Newport back in the box. Kicks it off to Zerhoni. Zerhoni somehow recovers it. That was an interesting move. Gets it forward to Berbatov. Berbatov taking it past the midfield line, but then passes it right to Prince. Looks like he was going for someone else, but found Prince instead. Now we see a goal kick from Duke. 81st minute. But it's recovered by Dion. Dion trying to get it forward, getting it towards that back corner. Goes back for shanking early, looks for Zerhoni, and pinballs off a few people and ends up at the feet of Athênai, who cleared out. They look for Pelletier. Pelletier looking forward for Panda. Panda open shot! No! Here is Siege on the throw in the King. King going back to Siege. Siege to Rownick. Rownick? I'm going to learn how to pronounce it. It's going to take a minute. I'm going to learn. Rownick. 84th minute. Here's Hyuga. Taking the corner, headed away by Whittington. Picked up by Lynn, but good challenge by Tucker to try to break up a good, clean getaway. As we're in stoppage time, and I think that is going to be it. Athênai and Schwarzwalder play to a 2-2 draw. So we're gonna have Paris at the top of the table, and then Schwarzwalder and Athênai sitting there with 1 point each. So it looks to be an exciting group. And that'll put the cap on Group A for today. As we start to move over to Group B. Group B, Tokyo and Catalunya. So, this is what looks to be a very good matchup. Tokyo looked like they were primed to win the league last year and also made the cup semifinal, but then unfortunately had a little bit of an issue closing it out. Catalunya coming in here looking to upset them. And we'll see if they can when we come back. And we are back. You see Tokyo coming out in the 4-2-3-1. Rise at the top. Catalunya coming out in the 4-2-4. 4-2-2-2. 4-2-2-2. You see there is our table for Group B. And we are underway. Here in Tokyo is Juliusson. Goes back to Busquets. We go to Mueller over to Maple. Maple going to Rising. Rising trying to get into the box. Intercepted by Versetti off the soft pass. Picked up by Tokyo. And this game is off. 10th minute. Yarviden on the throw into Sherwood. They go back to Yarviden. Yarviden goes back to Busquets, who's going forward to Mueller. Mueller going over to Sherwood again, going across the midfield line, but intercepted by Versetti again. They go over to Rise Soderberg. No, intercepted by Vins over to Okocha. Okocha going over to Rising, tripped by Soderberg, but Catalunya retains possession, but not for long as Tokyo makes the steal. They go over to Rise. Rise taking it all the way towards that back corner. Goes back for Soderberg. Looked for a shot in, or at least a pass in, but Busquets denied that. Over the Visser, and Skyrise scores and puts Tokyo up 1-0. Here in the 11th minute. You see Visser coming in. Rise off the header. He's a big boy. He'll be making those headers. We go out to Juliusson. Juliusson to Busquets to Mueller, going over to Rising. Back to Sherwood. Catalunya now have to do something to come back in here. Go over to Mueller to Okamoto. Okamoto taking it towards the back line. No. Picked up by Maple. Still in that box. They pass it out of the box to Yarviden. Going inside for Rising. No, can't find him. Okamoto fires. It's off the post, but JJ Okocha off the rebound. Puts it in. It's 1-1. Thank you, Chuck Norris. As we are all square here in Tokyo. Okamoto takes the shot, beats Rube. It goes off the post though. But JJ Okocha was ready. We're going to see a tight offside here. And oh, those lines are close. Here we go, Sherwood going forward to Mueller. But intercepted by Rupp. They go over to Soderberg, over to Kaido. Kaido taking it into the box, looking for Skyrise again. Fires and scores! Sneaks it past three people. Skyrise puts Tokyo back up 2-1. Soderberg finds Cairo in the box. Rise kicks it past 3 people, including Gunnarsson. And you can't do it any better than that. Here's Nessie on the corner. That's going to be headed. Rise, no. Couldn't find it. As here's Vins. Vins off the corner. No, that's just over by Juliusson. As here's Rupper going over to Touchette to Rise, over to Usagi, to Guerra. Guerra going to Visser into the box, looking for maybe Rise again, looking, no, that's going to be a goal kick, because that was a very awkward shot that kind of went off the netting. As we are starting to approach halftime here in the 42nd minute, here's Guerra going over to Rise. Going back to Soderberg. Soderberg trying to set it up again, looking for Shinji Cairo. Finds Sky Rise, it's deflected by Gunnarsson, but then found by Cairo, who just kind of airmails it, unfortunately. And it'll stay 2-1 as we go to the half. And you see Tokyo with the lead, 2-1, 12 shots to 7, 7 on target to 3. Yet for some reason, Catalunya has that higher XG. Again, happening a lot. But we'll see if any substitutions are coming in for this third game, or the second half of this third game, to try to change fortunes. And we'll find out. Oh, here we go. Floppy McFlopface coming in for Shion Okamoto here in the second half for Catalunya. As a whole lot of things happened off that corner. It was an interesting angle from the cameraman, but it looked like we almost had a shot go in. As here's Rube to take it out to Versetti. Versetti going over to Rupp. Rupp to Nessie, to Guerra. Back to Soderberg, going forward to Nessie again. Over to Rise. Rise taking it upfield, into the box, out of the box, towards the back line, and then just kind of leaves it for Vins. Vins, I'll pass it back to Gunnarsson, who's going to clear it out. It's going to be recovered by Tokyo again. As here is Touchette. Going back to Rupp. As they go over to Soderberg, trying to find Rise again. Rise really wants that hat trick, is trying to set himself up for it. Goes over to Guerra. Guerra take it to the edge of the box, over to Cairo. Cairo lets it loose, it's off the post! Beats the keeper, but off the post, and just barely rolls out of the goal. And that is an unfortunate miss. As here's Sherwood on the cross, that's off the post, and a deflection is over the net. Here's 74th minute now. Busquets taking it over to Järvinen. Trying to go forward to McFlopface, going across the field, intercepted by Tokyo, going over to Touchette. He went to Soderberg, but then went back to Touchette, over to Versetti. Versetti goes out deep to Visser. Visser taking it all the way to that back line, going for the cross. It's headed and in by Sky Rise. That's the hat trick. Today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth, as Tokyo goes up 3-1 over Catalunya. Visser getting all the way to that back line. Sky Rise with the header. And that's the third goal for them, the third goal for Tokyo. And that might just put this game out of reach for Catalunya. But there's still 12 or so minutes left, plus stoppage time. Anything can happen. We have Mojo rising, going forward to Dogwood Maple, who just misses. Maple caught Rube off the line, but unfortunately just kind of yeeted it just a little too far. Nessie on the corner, headed but saved by Gunnarsson with only 1 minute of stoppage time. Gunnarsson going to roll it out to Juliusson. Juliusson over to Vince. Vince over to Okocha. Okocha trying to go forward to Rising, but no, it's stolen. Tokyo with possession of it again. They go to Asagi, over to Guerra, to Nessie. Nessie taking it all the way to that back corner, going over to Guerra. As they find Soderberg on the outside of the box. Asagi to Shet, saved by Gunnarsson. Nessie to take the corner, and that's headed away. I feel like we will be hearing this whistle any second, and there it is. As Tokyo takes a 3-1 victory over Catalunya. 18 shots to 14, 10 on target to 5, 3 in the net to 1. And Catalunya had a couple clear-cut chances, but they really, unfortunately, couldn't make anything of them. You see Skyrise, our performer of the day, with the hat trick. So good job there. Congratulations. We're going to go on to our second game in Group B, and that is Kaapstad versus Seoul. Kaapstad made quite the run into knockouts last year. Looking to maybe do it again. We'll see if they can when we come back. Alrighty, we are back. Kaapstad lining up in a 4-3-3. Kraustis Jr. at the front. Seoul, they're coming out in also a 4-3-3, somewhat asymmetrical. As I say big words and hope that I know what I'm talking about. There's a look at our Group B table. And here come the teams. Kaapstad wearing the green. With yellow pants, Seoul wearing the white with green pants. And we are underway. We have Kamavinga going over to Doug. Over to Mueller. They're going to pass it back to Cove. Cove to De Silva. De Silva again. I know I said this a lot last season. De Silva. Tall. Can really get up there for those headers. Can really get those contested balls. But tall. We have Muffin going for a pass, but it's intercepted by Mann, going over to Mertz, taking it across midfield. Looking deep for Aloisi. Baraka Aloisi fires, saved by Hall. And now here's Mann to take the corner, headed away by Mueller over to Mertz. And we're not going to see anything come from that. Now this first half starting to zoom by quite quickly. We're already into the 30th minute. Not really anything crazy happening, but that was right past the post. That was a good header, but just a little too wide. See, the Kaapstad has unfortunately not recorded a shot yet. They got to do something if they want to get on the board here. Granted, it's still right now a draw. They're not behind, so it's not like DEFCON 1 here. But they do need to. Is DEFCON 1 worse than DEFCON 5? DEFCON 1 was the worst, wasn't it? As we've done going over the Katavinga off the interception. As they're trying to move the ball forward, but no. Seoul is not letting them get forward at all. They go to Mann. Mann takes the shot, saved by Hall. Tipped wide. It's going to be headed away by Doug, but picked up by Paul. Kennedy tripped. Is that going to be a penalty? I don't know what just happened. Like, it looked like they wanted to call a penalty on that, and then it's just like, oh, look, by the way, halftime. It's like, it's like a boxing match. Like, if I recall correctly, in boxing matches, they, you know, even if someone is getting counted, when the bell rings, but that's just such an awkward situation that looks so, like, questionable. All right. Well, 0-0 at the half. As we'll check for substitutions and see if we can keep on going. Here's Kevin Zimmer and Nico Fisher coming in for halftime orange slices. I didn't quite see who the other person coming out was, but halftime orange slices, fittingly coming out at halftime. Here's Ryan making the shot, but parried away by Hall. As we get started here with the second half, 52nd minute. Here's Man over the middle, but no. Cleared out by Kamavinga. So we're going to find Tenderloin. It's the first time I've said their name this afternoon. We go for the Hugh. Man goes for the shot, but Hall was ready for it. He kind of shot it right at Hall, and Hall just kind of ducked and just put his hands up, and that was the end of that. We go over to Mertz, over to Fist. Fist to Kennedy, back to Mertz, over to Schwarzwalder. And they go deep looking for Paul. They find Paul, but no, they find Ryan. Ryan fires! Ryan scores from the edge of the box! And it's 1-0 Seoul. Carpe diem. Seize the day, boys. Make your lives extraordinary. As Mertz goes for Fist, finds Paul at the edge of the box, and Ryan just lets it go from that back line. And now when I was talking about how it wasn't DEFCON 1 for Kaapstad, it is now DEFCON 1 for Kaapstad. They have to start getting some shots. They've gotten one this half, which is good, but they need more. And here's Zimmer going back to Hogg. Kamavinga. Over to Fisher again. And that's going to be repelled by Ryan. Ryan looking for another shot. Man! Bit too wide. Going over to De Silva, back over to Cove, who brings it all the way back to Hall. Picked up by Tenderloin, over the Spoon, over to Ryan. Ryan to Men, going deep for Aloisi, who fires and scores from outside the box. Another laser from outside of the box. And that puts Seoul up 2-0 here in the 72nd minute. And here's Man. Oh, that's a penalty this time. Zimmer gets his hands on Mertz. Here's Aloisi to take the penalty. Backs up, goes forward, fires, and it's saved! Saved by Hall. And it remains 2-0. '88th minute. Kaapstad going back to Mueller. As they find De Silva, who wins the header, goes for Kraus. This is off the post. Beats the keeper, but can't beat the woodwork. And it remains 2-0. Here's go. Good pass. Finds Fisher. Neuer. No. As Kamavinga goes back to Doug. Only 1 minute of stoppage time here in this second half. As that's intercepted. Brought over to Ryan. Ryan. Oh. Gonna roll out of bounds for a throw-in. Cove on the throw into Mueller. Cove just kind of rolls it up the sideline. Only a few seconds left in this game. If Kaapstad want to try to get one on the board, they're going to have to move quickly. Otherwise, that ref is going to blow that whistle. He blew the whistle. And Seoul will take a 2-0 victory over Kaapstad here in the first day of the Cup. 23 shots to 4. 10 on target to 2. The 3.33 XG to 0.5. Absolute dominance by Seoul today. Well done. Well done, team. Dexter Hall picking up the best performer. Even though Ryan had a higher... whatever. That's going to put the cap on Group B for today. And we're going to move over to C, where we have Montreal taking on Red Star. We'll see if either of these teams can start their group stage off right when we come back. And we are back here. Montreal lining up in a 4-3-3. Lachlan O'Rourke at the front. As Lau comes out in a 4-2-4. Very interesting 4-2-4. As you see, that is what Group C looks like in Season 10 this year. Teams are out on the pitch, and we are underway. As Montreal trying to get us off to a quick start. But nothing happens there as my checker goes way back to Williams. But intercepted by Pedersen over to Calavera. Calavera stolen by Check over to DeBurnia. They go to Jones, over to Tato. Tato to Chicken, blocked by Wartooth, picked up by Noodle. They get it to Fred, and they get it out of there as they look for Lachlan O'Rourke, who actually receives the pass deep. No one to try to cross it to. Ends up having to go across to Allard. Pedersen, Putneska over to Fred. As they're going over to O'Rourke again, Alfard finds Noodle, who just yeets it way back into the crowd. Noodle had a good shot there, only the keeper to beat in front of them and just... I don't know if they like sneezed while they shot or what happened, but that did not go according to plan. Here's Pedersen is off of Jones over to Putneska, over to Fred, to Calavera, back over to Fred, over to Calavera again. Over to Wartooth. Wartooth going in for Noodle. Noodle trying again. Keeps it on the ground this time, and Canders is ready for it. Alrighty. And now we are starting to zoom by here in this first half. Already passing the 34, 35 minute mark. Not a lot happening. Will this actually take us to half? It will. So we hit the half in a very quick first half in a 0-0 draw. 9 shots to 4. Both teams have 2 on target. Neither team eclipsing the 1 goal mark on the XG, however. As, as Sock likes to say, that was one of the first halves of all time. And we'll see if any substitutions are coming in for the second half. As we have Holmberg coming in for Wartooth for Montreal. As here's Chicken fires! It's off the post! Rage kind of slid backwards and tried to make the save, but couldn't. But the crossbar was there to cover him. As we have Pedersen going deep, looking for Calavara. Calavara is quickly swallowed up by Red Kits and can't get a good shot off. And now this second half starting to fly by just as quickly as the first has. Oh. We're going to see a free kick from Vilk. We go over to DeBruyne, over to Furious Chicken. Furious Chicken goes back to Signs, who Olaf Signs puts it in and scores. I have spoken, and it is 1-0 Red Star. You see DeBruyne sets up Chicken, who instead of going for the shot, passes it back because Holmberg was in their way. Passes it back to Olaf Sides, who's able to get that clean shot in. And with as defensive of a game as it's been, will that be enough for Lao? Olaf got a second off the header by Chicken, but only 1 minute of stoppage time, and that's going to do it. Lao take the 1-0 victory over Montreal United. Give themselves 3 points to start off this group stage with. And that is very, very key. So, what a game. Even shots, 13-13. Lao just had the 2 extra on target, 6-4. They both had a clear-cut chance, but that was still quite the game. Lao picking up 3 yellow cards, which, you know, it's my running joke with Lao, but you pick up a lot of yellow cards. So that'll put that game to bed. We'll go to our 6th game of the day, which is Sao Paulo versus Reykjavik. So, who is going to match Lao at the top of the table? We'll find out when we come back. And we are back here. It's a 3-4-3 coming out from Sao Paulo, or is that a 5-2-3? I don't know. Here's a 4-2-3-1 from Reykjavik. You see Casual up at the top there. And there is our table. We are underway here in Sao Paulo. Reykjavik wearing the white, Sao Paulo wearing the red. Here is Ricky Bobby going towards that back line, kicks it off of Tessenbitz. That's going to set up a corner. Here is Joker to take the corner. Bobby off the header. It looked like, I couldn't tell if it got saved. It looked like it went off the post because it's a goal kick. We really needed to find a way to get our cameraman to, like, get a better shot at that. That's right, I'm blaming the cameraman. Here's Funyuns with the cross. Remember, Funyuns, the official snack of the SSL. Hashtag not sponsored. As you go over to Andrews, Casual trying to get in on England, but can't. Pass it over to Mayhem, over to Thessenwitz. Thessenwitz going forward to 0-44. Fire saved by Sterling. Here's Letizier on the throw-in over to Oak. Letizier looking for something, and it's what happened? Ricky Bobby scores! I'm so confused! Let's see this again in replay. Letizier goes for the deep cross, and Anderson must have gotten a hand on it, which put it in the air for Ricky Bobby. And he's going to convert that more often than he won't. So it's 1-0 Reykjavik. Reykjavik on the steal from Letizier, taking it from Biscuit, but no, picked up by Anshaw again. Going back over the Biscuit, but no, stolen by Scarpetta. Pass back to Sterling, but recovered by Sao Paulo by Funyuns. Funyuns going back to Anshaw. Sao Paulo has to find a way in. What a shot! If that curves just a little bit more, that is a fantastic goal. Here is Joker. Joker going across to Bobby. Bobby taking it into the box. It's off of Funyuns. We're going to have a corner kick. Taken by Joker. As that's headed, but no. That one, I believe, was saved. It was, because we're going to have a corner kick. From Joker again, from the other side, and it's headed away. Picked up by Ricky Bobby. Going towards that back corner, passing it all the way back to Ladiver, over to Joker, over to Yore, to Rashford, to Bobby. And Bobby is offside. I think I've only had to call out 2 people for being offside today. Good job, everybody. Good job for being on that. Good job not going to the Jerry school of being onside. Joker kicks it off at Thessenwitz, which I think is the 3rd time that Thessenwitz has had a ball kicked off of them today. Specifically for a corner, but here we go again. Bobby off the corner, found Casual, but saved by Anderson. As Oak going over to Yore, headed away by Inkland, picked up by Ramirez. Ramirez going to be intercepted by Scarpetta. Gets it over to Letizier. Biscuit tries to make the steal. Letizier steals it back, goes for that back line to Oak. Oak makes the cross, but no, headed away by Thessenwitz. Picked back up by Sao Paulo, who is taken over to 0-44. Going to Anshaw, going to Biscuit. It's stolen by Andrews, but picked back up by Anshaw again, over to Newman, over to 44. 44 takes a shot from way out of the box. Sterling takes it, holds on to it, and then walks it out of bounds. And that's going to be a corner kick to be taken by Funyuns. And that will be headed away, but picked back up by Newman, going for the cross, looking for 44. Yoinked out of the air by Sterling. 25th minute now. Here's Joker. Intercepted by 44. 0-44. Going back to Thessenwitz, going forward to Funyuns. Funyuns going forward to 44. Looking for Coffee Biscuit, and it's no, just wide. That'll be a goal kick. Whew. A lot of action this game. We head over to Oak, to Letizier. Letizier goes to the cross to Ricky Bobby. Finds it. No! Off the side netting. Need just a little bit more on that shot. But just shot it too narrow. Or was that too wide? Anyway, Biscuit. They find Lexington in the back. I'm still going to start an official petition to get Lexington a backfield mate named Concord. It will be on change.org by tomorrow. Here's Sterling going out to Ladiver to Yore. And that's going to be headed away, but picked up by Sao Paulo over to Anshaw. Anshaw looking for 0-44. Sterling off the line. He fires and scores! Oh no, it's called offsides. And oh, he is just barely offside, so the score will stay 1-0 in favor of Reykjavik. 37th minute now. Newman went to take the throw-in, but it got intercepted, cleared out. They find Thesenvitz over to Lexington. Lexington to Ramirez. Inclin going deep for Funyuns. Funyuns looks for the shot, saved by Sterling. And I think that's going to take us to the half. It does. We hit the half. Reykjavik up 1-0 off a very even game. 9 shots to 7, 4 on target to 2. 0.76 XG to 0.7. And Sao Paulo had that one clear-cut chance. They just couldn't do it. See if any subs are coming in for this first game of the Cup for these respective teams. As we look to get into the second half. And here we are, Hall and Lopton coming in for Rashford and Bobby. Ramirez going out deep looking for 0-44. A quick start of the half, but no, it's blocked by Sterling. Here is Funyuns off the corner. And it's going to be headed away by the diver, but it's going to be recovered by Lexington. Lexington is going to go back to Inclin to Ramirez, finding Anshaw open on the side. Anshaw trying to clear around Andrews. They find 44, heads it into the crowd. And this second half is on. And the second half is flying. As we go 75th, 76th minute passes by. Will anything else really happen here? Here's Anderson in the 84th minute. Anderson going back out to Lexington looking for Thesenvitz. Thesenvitz going deep for 44, who's passed to a diver but can't get a clean shot, looking for Biscuit. Biscuit scores! Coffee Biscuit makes it 1-1 here in the 84th minute. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. As Owen 44 gets the cross to look for the cross, but it was intercepted by Scarpetta, who tried to pass it to Sterling, and Sterling ended up passing it right to Coffee Biscuit in an unfortunate misplay. As we go over to Lexington, it's 1-1 now in the 87th minute. Funyuns going back to mayhem. So now we're playing with house money here. Essentially, you can get those 3 extra points or those 2 extra points if you can get another goal in. But here is Joker trying to answer that for Reykjavik. No, intercepted by Sao Paulo. Lexington going out deep looking for Biscuit. Biscuit goes back to Anshaw looking to set up. Goes to the cross looking for 0-44. It's off the post. And that's going to keep it a 1-1 game, and it's going to be cleared out. And that's only going to be 1 minute of stoppage time, and we have ourselves a draw. A 1-1 draw for Reykjavik and Sao Paulo. After quite the exciting end to this game. Very even game, 17 shots to 16. 7 on target to 5, both in favor of Sao Paulo. You could make the argument that Sao Paulo could have won this game, but you know, sometimes it's just not meant to be. And I think this is one of those times where it just wasn't meant to be for Sao Paulo. But you know what? You still salvaged the draw from it. So, and that's better than nothing. If not just because you got 1 point, but because Reykjavik did not get 3. So we'll go to our next game as we start Group D with Hollywood hosting Inter London. Hollywood are defending league champs who did take a bit of a surprising exit out of the Cup to Reykjavik last year. Does their comeback tour begin now? We'll find out when we come back. All right, we are seeing this here. Hollywood lining up in a 4-3-3 asymmetric. Into London, coming out in a 4-4-2 asymmetric. Interesting. All right. Well, here we go. Into London in the blue, Hollywood in the white. And this game is underway. So we have Spacjaro going over to Costanza to Gerard. Gerard trying to outpace free kick, is able to get there over to Valor, looking for Nagatoro Maradona. It's intercepted, stolen by free kick. And this game is off. London with the first shot. But nothing doing here. Hollywood with a retaliatory shot. But here's Tiki Taka. Going forward, no. Intercepted by Howd. Looking for Nagatoro Maradona. But intercepted by Pierre Howd. As we go to Yeboah. Yeboah tries to go out deep. Looking for Jerry. But they find Dexter Minone, who fires and scores! No, it's been called offside. I'm going to make him an offside trap that he can't refuse. And it stays 0-0. Minone recovers the corner after all that, but no, tripped up by Gerard. Trying to steal it back, but they get it past him. As Gerard going over to Valor, going deep for Tiki Taka. Tiki Taka, open field in front of him, fires, gets it past Yeboah and scores. And that one is 1-0, but this time in the case of Hollywood. See, Gerard got it over to Valor. Valor found the deep man. In Tiki Taka, he just took the shot before anyone could catch up to them. This first half continues to fly by. We are right here on the edge of halftime. Lin Kwai over the possible, looking for the cross, and that was a whole lot of pinballing that happened. But ultimately, nothing comes of it as we hit the half. Hollywood up 1-0, up 7 shots to 2, 3 on target to 0. And just a whole... It had its moments in that first half. It had its moments. We'll see if any substitutions are coming in for the second half. It does not look like they are. Scarpetta does the throw into Jerry. Millar finds Scarpetta again, goes over to Jerry. Jerry trying to get back in front of Lin Kwai, but can't find a way in front, so they end up passing it backwards. They go back to Ruma. Ruma goes over to Millar. Goes back to Ruma. Ruma can't find a pass option. Inter London kind of just stuck here, being marked perfectly by Hollywood. They find Howd. He goes forward to Bjorkis as they look for Dexter Minone again. We go back to free kick over the Jerry, and it's saved. Now we have Gerard on the corner. It's going to be headed away. Picked up by Manone. Dexter Manone looking for Jerry. No, intercepted by Levert. A little bit of a trip-up happening here, but Hollywood holds on to the ball. You get over to Tiki Taka, over the Valor. Now comes back to Manone, over to Bjorkus. And now just a whole bunch of monkey in the middle happening. Lightning to Possible, over to Taka. Taka going back to Possible. Ruma trying to mark Possible. They go forward. Tiki Taka just got in front of everybody. Yaboa clears it out. But it's picked up by Hollywood again. Possible going forward for Ling Kwai. Ling Kwai fires and scores! It's 2-0 Hollywood. Yaboa tries to clear it out. Jarrow picks it up, gets it into Possible. Ling Kwai sneaks past Donnarumma. It sneaks it past Yaboa. Second half is flying now. We go over to the 69th minute. Here's Gerard on the corner. It's headed off the post, and that's going to be a goal kick. Inter London not really able to muster any offense in this second half. '90th minute. Go over to Howd to free kick. Back over to Bjorkus to Howd again. We'll take it all the way back to Yaboa. Only 1 minute of stoppage time this game. Yaboa looking to go out deep, but finds only Hollywood players. As Lightning going forward to Taka. Taka get past everybody. Parried aside by Yaboa. But nothing doing there. We're going to have a corner kick to be taken by Gerard. Gerard, it's headed, saved by Yaboa. Excuse me, I had to sneeze there. That's going to do it. Full time is called. Hollywood takes a 2-0 victory over Inter London. Very dominating performance. 15 shots to 4, 7 on target to 2. Just the Inter London offense just having trouble getting anything going. And Hollywood is able to sneak those 2 in and get the W and get those 3 points. Unfortunately, not the best game for Dexter Manone today. But he did have that goal that was unfortunately called back, but it was still very promising. Just a step or two offside. But that's going to bring us to our final game of the day. AC Romana versus Cairo. Both of these teams looking to get a good head start on the group stage for this year. Which one of them will come out on top? We'll find out after this. And here we are, AC Romana, come down to 4-2-3-1. And Cairo coming out in that same 4-2-3-1. So as Jean-Claude will start us off. Go over the Laudrup to Adama. And then Neuer clears it out. But Smart recovers it. So we're going to have Anavier going deep, looking for Levert. Levert takes it into the box, fires, but no, saved by Van Nooyer. Corner kick to be taken by Jeremiah, and it is headed away by Stojakovic, but picked up by Nunez, one of the Nunei. No, I haven't paid attention to transactions really this offseason. Are both of the Nunei still together? I really hope so. I see a Nunez. I see an M Nunez. Yep, both of the Nunei are still here as we go over to Jeremiah to the floor. The floor going deep for Levert. Levert fires and Levert scores and puts AC Romana up 1-0. We are the Global Gym Purple Cobras, and we will rock you. 1-0 Romana. As the floor goes out deep, finds Levert right on the edge of the box, gets it around Stojakovic past Van Nooyer. And that's easy 1-0 lead. We have a corner kick looking for Arisov. For prime time, 99, but no, intercepted by Toastman. Give it over to Levert. Levert goes back to Nunez. Nunez forward to Levert. Over to Jeremiah, over to Kemalatu. Kemalatu fires and just too narrow. Just misses the goal. As Jeremiah does the throw in, the Kemalatu goes all the way back to Smart. Smart to Jeremiah, and it's Pascal Anavier! And that goal is going to stand. It's 2-0 AC Romana. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. As you see Smart come in for Jeremiah and finds Anavier on the great one-timer. Here's Jeremiah on the free kick. It's headed, but no. As I believe we're going to have a throw-in now from Jeremiah here in the 26th minute. It's going to be given to Anavier, over to Nunez. Nunez fires, and it's into the crowd. Van Nooyer on the goal kick. It's going to be recovered by Romana. Over to the floor, going deep for Levert. Levert takes it to the back line, keeps it in bounds, but barely tries to pass it back, but it's intercepted by Arisov, who's going to take it out to Jean-Claude. As Romana's going to play a little bit of back and forth, they find Anavier. Anavier looking for Levert, overshot him a little bit. It's going to go back to Van Nooyer. And they have to be very careful as there's still a lot of purple kits back in their zone, but they have successfully gotten it out. But no, it's stolen back, given to Levert, over the fall on the floor. The floor running it in, the floor fires, and no, that's into the crowd. It stays 2-0. And Nooyer takes it out to Toastman, to Kemalatu. And Anavier was trying to catch up to it. Van Nooyer falls on it first. That's going to be Staines, no. Intercepted by Romana again. They find Levert. Levert goes into the box, but it's just too narrow again. '30th minute on the corner, but no. We hit here now, 36th minute. It's going to go back to Lauren. Lauren? I know to not pronounce the T, but I'm trying to remember how it's actually pronounced here. Staines! Staines fires! Wesley Staines scores! And it's 2-1 now. Here in the 36th minute. As Van Nooyer finds Staines deep. And that'll do it. I just noticed that AC Romana has 28 shots in the first half. 28 shots! 11 on target! We do hit the half. It is 2-1 AC Romana. 28-4 is the shot total. 11 on target to 2, but the goal total is only 2-1. So let's see if any subs are coming in for this second half. Here we go. We do have Schweinsteiger coming in for foul on the floor as Van Nooyer takes it out. And Cairo looking to try to get this game all square here at the start of the second half. But Romana holding very tight possession. Schweinsteiger misses the pass. It's picked up by Adamo. And then just kind of rolls harmlessly before being picked up by Nunez. Going over to Smart to Jeremiah. Getting forward to Anavier. Looking for Levert. Levert fires away out and scores! And it's 3-1 AC Romana in the 49th minute. And I do not remember if that is a hat trick for Levert. I will have to wait till the next time that it comes up. But Levert, what a great shot. Van Nooyer just falls over. Can't do anything about it, unfortunately. No, Anavier had the second goal. That's right. So. As they're going to boom it out, they go over to Nunez. Nunez takes it over the halfway mark. Midfield, some would call it. And that's Levert! That's the hat trick, if that stands. And it looks like it's going to. It is 4-1 Romana, who has just opened up this game in the 60th minute. Nunez with a fantastic cross. Stojakovic misses the header. And Levert's just able to convert off of that. And we go to Toastman over to Matthew, back over to Toastman. He's going to take it all the way back. And boom it out. Finds Kemalatu. Kemalatu goes for the pass to Schweinsteiger deep, takes it to the back line. Goes to the cross into the middle. No, headed away by Stojakovic. Tried to be controlled by Jean-Claude, but couldn't quite get there. As they go to Smart. Here's Nunez. One of the Nunez taking it towards the back line again. As they go to Jeremiah, they go for that cross again. It's headed, but no. Picked up by Primetime 99, but recovered by Romana, and then yeeted, and then no. It's out of bounds. Whew. So here's Van Nooyer going deep, trying to set Cairo up for any sort of opportunity, but Levert is here, and that's too wide. Nunez on the throw-in, the Kemalatu over to Anavier. Nunez going out, looking for Levert. Finds Levert. Stojakovic trying to keep pace with them, but Levert goes, passes it back to the other Nunez. Nunez just kind of shimmies their way around Wesley Staines, but Staines gets the last laugh on that one to get it over to Arasov, who's going to try to cross it all the way over to McGaskins. I can't see the name that well. I apologize. As they get over to Nunez again, who keeps it in bounds. Trying to get around Wesley Staines. They get it to Kerrigan. And they're playing a very dangerous game out of the back here, considering there were two Cairo City players in the middle. But then they get it out, get it over to Jeffrey Levert. Levert fires, and it's in! His fourth of the game! That's going to put him right at the top of the Golden Boot race for the Cup with his fourth goal today. And it is 5-1 AC Romana in the 73rd minute. 74th minute now. Levert getting it over to Schweinsteiger. Over to Nunez, to Jeremiah, who's looking for Levert again. He's looking for number 5, and he gets it! 5th of the game for Jeffrey Levert. As AC Romana goes up 6-1. My goodness. I don't know what the SSL record is for goals in a game, but I imagine that we are, if we're not at it, we're very close to it. As we get the offside replay here, those lines are close, but oh God, 41 shots. And unfortunately, insult to injury for, well, I guess injury to insult for Cairo as Willie Normus goes out. And Pascal Anavier picks up his second of the day off the corner, off the rebound. It is 7-1 Romana in the 83rd minute. As Van Nooyer looked to have made the save, but only got a parry, and Anavier was able to take the deflection. 3 minutes of stoppage time, and this game will continue. As you have Jeremiah going over to Schweinsteiger, they find Kemalatu, they're going out to Anavier. Anavier may be looking for that hat trick, fires, it's blocked by Van Nooyer. And that's going to do it. Full time is called. AC Romana, after being up only 2-1 at halftime, gets a colossal win, 7-1 from Colosseo Rome. Oh my goodness, what a game. And credit to Romana, they knew what they had to do. They knew that they had to, they wanted to look for Levert, and they found Levert. They found Levert a lot, and Levert was able to convert not once, not twice, but 5 times. Someone get Booker T in here. 5 times. Oh boy. What a first day. So we'll see if we're going to get our... Okay. Well, I think that is going to do it here for me for today. If you stuck it out through all 8 games, I very highly appreciate it. It is so much fun to do this job. And I look forward to it all the time. If you have any random movie quotes you want to submit for me to shout the next time out, I'm always taking more. But just let me know if you want me to send you the form. But that's going to do it here for me today. I hope you all had fun. I know I had a great time. And as always, have a good night. Good night.